What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about my WNBA updates. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, comment, tell anyone about the show. Trying to get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. But like I said, we're going to talk about my WNBA 2025 updates. And specifically, this is right after the All-Star game. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, but it was a good one. But we're going to get right back onto the program because we're going to talk about the updates. So, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all can see on the screen, these are the listings, the orderings for the teams. Y'all might be wondering why one is highlighted all over the other. Well, I'm a Sparks fan. But unfortunately, we kind of close to the bottom right now. Let's see if we can get into the playoff race. But speaking of playoffs, here's who we got right now. We got the Lynx at number 1, the Liberty at number 2, the Mercury at number 3, the Storm at number 4, the Dream at number 5, the Fever at number 6, the Mystics at number 7, the Aces at number 8, the Valkyries at number 9, my Sparks at number 10, the Sky at number 11, the Wings at number 12, and the Sun at 13. So, who do I want to talk about today? I think I'm going to talk about the Lynx. I'm going to talk about the Lynx. Reason why I say the Lynx, ladies and gentlemen, matter of fact, let's go ahead and pull up their tab, right? Let's go ahead and pull up their page. Blot out, there it is. Hope y'all like it. So, the Lynx, defending finals runner-ups, right? They've been looking like possibly the top team in the league thus far. Now, other teams have had injuries, right? But the Lynx have been fairly consistent. When we think about Napheesa Collier, well, she's been a dog. But when you think about the big three, I think sometimes she gets kind of shortchanged, right? When you think about the Lynx in general, they have a chip on their shoulder more than likely. Yeah, they lost the finals last year, but also players like a Kayla McBride, she was not going to be voted an all-star unless injuries occurred. Now, she's all-star worthy, but that might put a little chip on your shoulder. So I'm expecting to see Kayla McBride this second half put foot to tail. Ooh, and we already saw what Fee did in the All-Star game with 36 points. And keep in mind, I've held her as a top 3 player of all time. In the WNBA currently. So you pair that with Courtney Williams, who's having a career year, hence the All-Star season too. Not mad at her. And I've always thought she should be the 6th woman. Courtney's showing she's actually a solid floor general as well too, and she gives good activity on the defensive end, capable scorer. I think this Lynx team very tough to beat, and there's only a couple teams that I think can actually beat them. I'm just call a spade a spade. I mean, when you look at the team that they have thus far, we can say they might be underperforming. It sounds kind of weird to say, but the Lynx consistency, should they get to the finals, don't be too surprised if they get back and if they win it. Because let's not forget, over the history, at least for the past 2 seasons at least, the winner of the Commissioner Cup lost in the finals. But the team that lost in the final of the Commissioner Cups won the finals. Let's not forget that. And they did lose the finals for the Commissioner Cup this year. So maybe they'll win the finals this year. Let's see what happens. But that's cool. We can talk about the Lynx all day. But instead, we're going to have to slide on down and talk about the Chicago Sky. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember, okay, the Chicago Sky are currently 3rd from the bottom. All right. 10th seed in the league. They have a chance at making it to the playoffs, but I did think before the season they were going to just miss it, okay? Now, again, Chicago Sky, headlined by Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? That y'all see who we rocking with. You know what I mean? Well, Angel Reese has been improving. I mean, when we look at her production, we got 14 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.5 steals, and 0.6 blocks. Turnovers we can bring down a little bit. The shooting is going up 45% from the field. 21% from 3 we can improve on, but notice 78% from the free throw line. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty solid numbers. And again, it looks like she's actually improving as a basketball player. And this is her sophomore year too. So yeah, I like some of the things that I'm seeing from her. That do see progression from Angel Reese, which if I'm a Chicago Sky fan, I might be excited about. Okay. Now, does Angel fit with Cardozo? Some people were wondering, should we trade one or the other? I'm not a Chicago fan. I say we because I'm talking as for Chicago fans right now. I don't think you need to trade Cardozo. Now, I do want to see what Cardozo does ultimately. What's her motor like? We still got to see that. Also, what is a trade possibility for Cardozo? Because I don't know if you want to trade Angel Reese right now. Although Cardozo's height does make you think, damn, maybe I should trade Angel Reese. Maybe her stock is a little high, but both players are extremely valuable right now. So I think it's a bit premature to even try to think about trading those two. So having these two as your building blocks for the future, I think Chicago Sky is in a good situation, good spot right now, and they just got to figure out how their guards are shaking out. Which I do like some of their guards. Okay, you got a Ariel Atkins, you got a Haley Van Lith who possibly could come up in the ranks. They got a lot of possibilities. Are they gonna make the playoffs? Like I said, I think they're gonna be just short of missing the playoffs. But next season, though, y'all got to figure out what happens. The only thing I will say this: the Chicago Sky do not have a first round 2026 pick that will go to the Minnesota Lynx, which is crazy. But that's another time for another discussion. But the future of the Chicago Sky does at least seem fairly decent. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we got to work with. Y'all see where the Chicago Sky rank in the WNBA. Now, we do want to talk about, I'm gonna say, the Atlanta Dream. All right, now hear me out, because I said at one point in time, the Atlanta Dream, right? These girls can get a bucket. These girls can hoop, and they can. And I do believe that they come off as contenders still. Is their big three ready? For starters, I got question marks on, do they have a defined big three? Ryan Howard, I love. Alishia Gray, I rock with. Brittney Griner, I'm a fan. Brianna Jones is playing well too, though. So do we have a big four? Do we have a big three? Can we say BG is lackluster thus far? That's tough. I mean, I wanted to hear BG in the depoy conversations, but we only given 1.3 blocks, BG. Like, we only given 1.1 steals, BG. That's not really saying depoy level. Now, I think even with this team, you could have gotten depoy levels. I would love to see Brittney Griner get back to depoy level, and I think she has that capability still. There have been some injuries that has affected the cohesion of the Atlanta Dream. And that's why I'm on the fence about where I ultimately land with them, because they could win the championship still or get out in the first round. Because again, the injuries, they are like Ryan Howard's knee injury. She's gonna be out all of July. How does she bounce back? If we bounce back well and we a healthy team, all right. I still got some question marks in Atlanta Dream, but I at least like what I've seen thus far. So maybe not this season, but possibly next season if y'all keep the same team together, right? Run it back. I could see them winning next year. This year, though, at point in time, as in July 2025, it's looking a little tough to say they're gonna win it right now. But I do like that. I do like the chance, the possibility that they have. But again, we gotta see what happens with the Dream. And to note too, this little stint of Ryan Howard being out is going to question their depth. So I'm going to be paying attention to see exactly what they looking like. Because let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget the Atlanta Dream. They are fifth in the league, and it's been a up and down season for them health wise. So I mean, I can't be but so mad at them, because end of the day they hooping. But a team that has been kind of outperforming them, but yet has had less injuries, I'd say, the Seattle Storm. Now, as y'all can see here, the Seattle Storm, like I said, fourth, right? Fourth in the league. And I've been a Seattle Storm fan ever since Nneka Ogumike went onto the squad, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see well, one, Nneka's top 5 for me. But she also has a little help as well. You got Skylar Diggins Smith playing well. You got Gabby Williams playing well. Keep in mind, those are 2 All-Stars in addition to Nneka Ogumike, who is a 10-time All-Star in her career. That's 3rd time all-time in WNBA history. So you got 2 other All-Stars, and then you got someone like Erica Wheeler, who's a bucket. You got someone like Ezzy Magbagor, who can stop players from getting a bucket. I like this Storm team. And of coach, Noel Quinn is the head coach. Of course, I'm sorry. Noel Quinn is the head coach. But ladies and gentlemen, they're well coached. So I do expect the Storm to show out, although I would like to see if they can creep up to that 2nd or 3rd spot. If they can do that, that might be saying, that might change my tune a little bit on this Storm team. Because I do think you can consider them contenders, but like a soft contender though right now. But I don't know. I still got to feel it out and think about it. Because again, they have all the pieces that you would need. I'm torn as to why I'm still on the fence about them. I can't hold you. Can't hold y'all. But again, ladies and gentlemen, the Storm got good depth. We have a star. Like, they got what you need. It's just about can they get the job done end of day. But again, ladies and gentlemen, y'all see where they are. I told you all the Storm, the Seattle Storm, are the 4th team in the league. Now, another team that we can talk about. They say save the best for last. But this ain't the final team, but we are going to talk about the last team thus far, which is the Connecticut Sun. Ladies and gentlemen, they're 13th. And I did feel like they were going to be 13th for a minute too. Like this was my prediction. Because again, we got Tina Charles. I thought Marina Mayberry was going to potentially get traded. There might be a little friction there. I thought it was going to be really controversial over in Connecticut. I can't hold y'all. I really, truly cannot. And it's looking that way still. Now, granted, you got some things we can pay attention to, right? Like Olivia Nelson-Ododa. She playing well. She's still relatively young, too. I do like Saniya Rivers, who I thought could have gotten drafted earlier. But, hey, on this Sun team, she get to showcase her talents across the board, which I do love. So, again, the Sun do have some nice things to focus on. Also, like maybe the number 1 pick next year. Like, they could definitely get that if they keep it at this pace. When that lottery, like, Sun, maybe that's what their goal is. But overall, I mean, I got to ask myself, is this Tina Charles's last season? That is something to consider. She got a lot in the tank left. She putting up 16 points, 6 rebounds. Like, she can at minimum come off the bench for somebody. At minimum, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm hoping it's not Tina's last year, but we'll wait to find out. How about like Marina Mayberry? Will she get traded? Like, will she get traded? Because we wasting away Marina's years right now on the Sun. No disrespect to the Sun had a wonderful 5-year stint where they was dominant. They were active. But that's over and done with now. So I would love for Marina to actually be on the team where she can help them win. But that's just me. And then, like I said, their youth. I'm looking out for Saniya Rivers, Aneesah Morrow. All right, because if you want to look at something like per 36 minutes, which is just forecasting what they might do in 36 minutes of play, those two are looking pretty stout. I can't hold you. Like them two looking pretty good. So the Sun at least have something to build upon. Just that building part, I don't know how long it's going to take. I really, truly don't. But again, though, as y'all can see, the Connecticut Sun are the 13th team right now, point in time. I don't think that's changing for a minute, but let's wait and find out. Now, I think this team might be one of the bigger surprises of the WNBA season thus far. We got the home team, Washington Mystics, baby. You know what I'm saying? All right, now hear me out. I've always said, or at least I've been saying, Brittney Sykes is a WNBA star. She just does not have the same cachet that the others do. But she can get a bucket, and I'm so happy that she got into the WNBA All-Star game. I thought she deserved it personally. And I personally voted her as a WNBA All-Star. And the fact that she got voted, like the fact that she was in there because other people were injured, to me, that's a slap in the face. Brittney, I thought you should have won it outright. But you know what? We was in there. You did your thing. She was active. She hooped. She got a bucket. And most importantly, she's helping the Washington Mystics stay relevant. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the playoff contention. Okay? Like we are like we're seventh right now. I'll give you credit. We're seventh, but we doing all right. Not to mention though, because it's not just Brittney Sykes. It's not like she's carrying a team by herself. We do have two other All-Stars on the squad. And Sonia Citrone and Kiki Irief. Now, here's the crazy thing. They have two other All-Star caliber players on their team in Aaliyah Edwards and Shakira Austin. So this is actually making me wonder, what is a lineup like with Brittney Sykes at the 1, Sonia Citrone at the 2, Aaliyah Edwards at the 3, Kiki Irief at the 4, and Shakira Austin at the 5? Because on per 36, they're ridiculous. And I think constructed wise, this team could actually make some noise. They just a little young right now. And they just a little bit young. But again, everyone that I just named, with the exception of Brittney Sykes, is 6'1" and above. Brittney Sykes is 5'9", but she played like she's 6'2". That defensive unit would be monstrous. God. And just think about the offense too, bro. You could jack up a shot and you got players who can get you a rebound easily across the board. Like yo power forward averaging 10 rebounds. Your center can average 10 rebounds. And your small forward can average 10 rebounds. 8 to 10. Damn, that's tough. And then your shooting guard and your point guard can get you at least 4 to 5 on a bad day. That's crazy. I'm just saying, the Mystics, they look like they have something that they could potentially build. And I thought Brittney Sykes was going to get traded. And I'm happy she has not gotten traded. Because, again, I wasn't saying she gets traded because of her talent. I'm saying because I thought the Mystics could get a huge haul for her. But now we looking to see maybe they can make something shake over here in Washington. Huh. I don't know. We might have to find out what they talking about. But again, though, ladies and gentlemen, the Washington Mystics, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the WNBA. And they're doing quite well. You know what I'm saying? Like, we definitely gonna show a little support. We definitely gonna show a little support. But I mean, that about does it for the updates, at least. So I hope you all are watching the WNBA and continuing to support the WNBA. Y'all might be wondering, well, what happened to the other teams? Aren't there like more teams in the WNBA? I've talked about them. That's on another episode. So, come back and you'll get to hear the other ones another time. But I want to hear from y'all. Hopefully you all have been liking the content thus far. But if not, hey, let me know. I'm a big boy. I can take it. But thank you all for listening. I greatly appreciate it. And with that, I mean, that does about wrap up the show. So hope you all enjoy it. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all are having a good one. Take care.